Hello friends! Today Snuggles and myself will be sharing a story with you called Sameerah's Hijab and the First Day of School, written by Jeanette Grant and illustrated by Fatima Ashayella Moore. There once was a girl named Sameerah, and she loved wearing her hijab. She had a red hijab scarf, a yellow hijab scarf, a white hijab scarf, a black hijab scarf, a green hijab scarf, and a blue hijab scarf. Sameerah's mom sewed them for her in different colors to match her clothes. Her hijab was her favorite part of getting dressed every day. And when she turned 9 years old, Sameerah and her family moved from their home in Yemen to the United States, where her dad was starting a new job. They had moved during the summer, which had given Sameerah time to get used to their new town. But she was going to start 4th grade at a new school in the fall. Sameerah had learned English at her school in Yemen and now would be continuing her studies here in the U.S. She was a little worried because she had not made any new friends and was not quite sure how she would fit in at her new school. "Mom," she said, "I'm not sure if I want to go to school after all." "Don't worry," Mom said. "You are nervous now because it is new, but people are more alike than they are different. You will see, and inshallah, you will have lots of fun. I think you will like school here very much." Everything that Mom told her was usually right, so she decided to be brave. When the big day finally arrived, she had to wake up very early and did not get to go back to sleep after Fajr Salat. She ate her breakfast, washed her face, and brushed her teeth, and dressed in a new light blue and white striped dress. Mom and Dad had bought her lots of new things for the first day of school. She had a new book bag, new pencils, a new lunchbox, new shoes, and a brand new light blue hijab scarf that Mom had sewn for her special day. After she had finished getting dressed and eating breakfast, it was already time to leave for school. Sameerah would have to take a school bus to school, but today, Mom and Dad drove the few miles it would take to get there so that they could meet the teachers and hear about events at the school during a meeting with the principal. They arrived just in time to see the teachers entering the schoolyard. Mom recognized Sameerah's teacher by her name. She had a paper held in front of her with large bold letters written across. Her name was Miss Pierce, and she had had a friendly smile. Sameerah did not feel so nervous anymore. Miss Pierce led the children and their parents into the school and to the classroom. The room was bright and the walls were covered with world maps. The bookshelves were stuffed with so many books that Sameerah couldn't wait to look through all the titles. Reading was her favorite subject. Once inside the classroom, all of the children had to sit in the reading area for introductions. Miss Pierce gave everyone a name tag and introduced each child by name. Sameerah was glad that Mom and Dad were still there when her name was announced. The parents were allowed to stay in the classroom while Miss Pierce went over current events from the newspaper with the class. The parents would then be invited to coffee and muffins with the principal and school staff in the auditorium. Miss Pierce noticed that Sameerah looked a little sad when Mom and Dad had to leave and tried to make her feel better. "This all must seem very different to you, Sameerah. We are very happy and excited to have you here at our school. Maybe you can tell us about your country once you get settled in. Would you like that?" she asked with her friendly smile. "Yes, I would like that very much," Sameerah replied and smiled back. After the parents had exited the classroom, Miss Pierce went over the rules for good behavior and then announced a project that the students would be working on. She split the children up into groups of 4 around the room, and they were to make nameplates from construction paper for taping to the fronts of their desks. Sameerah was seated with Maria, Hillary, and Shauna. They were all busy drawing with the colored pencils and markers that had been placed in the center of every table when Maria asked, "Why are you wearing that scarf on your head? Are you cold?" Shauna and Hillary looked up at Sameerah too when they heard Maria's question. No, I'm not cold. It's my hijab, Sameerah replied. Did you know that you can't wear hats or scarves in school? Maria asked again. You might have to go to the principal's office. I wouldn't want to see you get in trouble. It's okay, Sameerah replied. My mom spoke to the principal about it during the summer. It's what I wear to show that I am a Muslim. What is a Muslim? Hillary asked, her own curiosity sparked by Sameerah's willingness to answer Maria's questions. A Muslim is someone who believes and submits to God, Sameerah replied. Oh, wow. Then can I be a Muslim too? I believe in God. We go to church every Sunday and learn about God in Sunday school, Shauna said. Can I also have a hijab? Where did you get yours? My mom made it for me, Sameerah said, pleased that the girls seemed to like her hijab scarf as much as she did. Can she make one for me too? Maria asked. And me too? Asked Hillary. I believe in God and I go to church every Sunday too. Do you go to church, Sameerah? Maria asked. No, Sameerah answered. I go to the mosque. What is the mosque? Shauna asked. Sameerah was happy that Hillary, Shauna, and Maria were asking her so many questions about herself and about being a Muslim. She told them all about the mosque and how she and Mom and Dad would go there every Friday to make prayer and to listen to the Imam teach the khutbah. Hillary and Shauna then told Sameerah and Maria all about church and how they listened to their pastor teach a sermon. Maria then told Sameerah, Hillary, and Shauna how she listened to a priest and went to church on both Fridays and Sundays. They talked and laughed during the entire project and became friends. After finishing the nameplates, Miss Pierce had the class line up and they walked to the cafeteria to eat lunch. Sameerah, Hillary, Shauna, and Maria sat together and traded snacks from their lunch boxes. Shauna had never had dates before and said that it looked like a giant raisin. That made the girls giggle. They then went to music class and afterwards outside for recess. At recess, they played together and Hillary showed them how to play a game called Cat Catching Mice that she had played when she lived in China. It was a lot like when Sameerah had played tag with her cousin Hijab. When the bell rang to signal the end of recess, Miss Pierce blew a whistle that she wore around her neck to get the children's attention, and they all lined up to go back inside. The rest of the day went quickly, and Sameerah was excited about the new subjects that she would be learning. They started to learn about long division, and Miss Pierce began to teach them about the water cycle. The class would be growing and tending their very own plants for science class this year. When it was time to go home, Miss Pierce brought the class to the front of the school to wait for their parents to arrive. Bye, Sameerah, Maria called out with a wave as she walked away with her mom. Don't forget about the hijab. Pink is my favorite color. When Mom and Dad arrived to pick her up, she immediately asked Mom to make each of her new friends a hijab scarf. She was so excited about all that she had learned and done that she could not get her words out of her mouth fast enough. She told Mom and Dad all about her day and about all the fun she had had.
MashaAllah,
Dad said after Sameerah had finished.
Aren't you glad that you decided to go to school after all?
Yes, Sameerah replied, and I can't wait to go again tomorrow. The end. Thank you for joining Snuggles and myself for today's Read Aloud.